Good evening. It's Wednesday the 10th of July and this is your South West Londoner Bulletin. I'm Josh Meller.
And I'm Ruby Hinchliffe.
The headlines tonight. In local news, while the world's top tennis players battle on the lawns, Wimbledon Village jazzed up its shop displays for its annual tennis-themed window competition.
In arts, the world's creative youth are flocking to South West London to showcase their talents, from interpretive dance to dangerous circus acts.
In sport, merry Wimbledon queuers spoke to us about their loyal love for tennis and why some of them are camping out for 2 weeks straight to watch the sport.
But first, as Wimbledon heats up ahead of tomorrow's semi-finals, we visited shops in Wimbledon Village, going head-to-head in the 7th annual tennis window competition. Stylish shopfront displays featured balls, rackets and even a Shetland pony dressed in whites.
I'm in SW19, where Wimbledon fever has taken hold. Tennis, strawberries, champagne and celebrities all out in force. But while Andy Murray and Serena Williams turn heads on court, up on the high street it's shop windows which are the star attraction. This year marks Wimbledon Village's 7th window competition, bringing the spirit of the championships to the high street. 60 businesses have competed in their own tournament, serving up ace displays throughout the village. The winners were announced last night.
It means a lot, and I feel very, very proud, and I feel very good, and I start very happy because everyone put input on this. Yeah, I win first prize 3 times already, not just the first time, but this time I feel good because of the first. Because, like I say, I've been in Wimbledon Village for a long time, and I do window display from like maybe 20 years ago. I do for fun, and people come from all around the world. So I think important you put the effect to make it look cheerful, to make it good, so everybody look at your window and smile. Of course, make people come in too. It's the most joyful 2 weeks of the year for me. Feel good. I really feel the top of the world. And one of my staff, you might see him later. He will explain to you how we make, and he make it overnight. He not sleep because we have to make it to the deadline.
When I start displaying this, a lot of people passing by, they're taking the picture. That is already compliment me. Yeah, that's it. Even though we don't have the first award, like I'm still happy.
Well, we've taken part in the Wimbledon tennis windows competition every year since it started. It's quite a lot of fun. I mean, we just like dressing up the stables, dressing up the horses, as you can see. So the competition is a fantastic way for all the businesses to get together and to kind of really support the tennis and do something that helps to show how much we kind of appreciate the tennis being in the village. So I think each year people look at what everyone's done and even if you don't win, it's just fun taking part. Yeah, we've got some good ideas already for next year, but I can't tell you what they are.
Top secret.
Top secret, definitely.
So every year, these 2 weeks that Wimbledon is going on, we're pretty excited because the village is buzzing. It's full of people visiting, and you can feel the electricity in the air with everybody visiting and excited to go and watch the games. And we're just happy to be part of it. So
I think it brings the village to life a bit, and everybody's got the same focus, and obviously, it brings a lot of trade as well. So, anything to bring customer, I suppose it's a good thing.
The tennis finishes on Sunday, but Wimbledon's biggest championship has already been decided. It's game, set and match Taito, for this year at least.
What started out as a small-scale event bringing young creatives together has now become a worldwide success, dancing into its 11th year. A Kingston Arts Festival is encouraging young people to showcase their chosen talent by giving them a prize slot on the big stage at the Rose Theatre. Charlie Duffield reports.
I'm at the annual International Youth Arts Festival in Kingston, which is running until Sunday. It's in its 11th year and is one of the UK's biggest multi-arts festivals, featuring performing artists and rising stars. Today is all about showing how young people can break into the creative industries.
It's just really getting people who wouldn't, all different experiences and levels and ages come together to learn new skills. I mean, take schools for example. GCSE drama is being cut across the country in a lot of schools. So I feel that IAF is actually needed now more than ever, because if it's not being taught in schools, where can they learn about these amazing things in the arts? Whether you want to be an actor, whether you want to do anything in the arts, it actually gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of social skills. It actually teaches you to be a better bus driver, to be a better teacher, because it gives you that social construct that you might not learn in maths and English and science and all the academic subjects. I mean, what would we do without theatre and TV and film and radio? We'd all just be it's there to take your mind off things. That's what theatre is. And for Kingston, who's on the outskirts of London, it's great to bring this, beautiful town to life. A lot of the companies that come here, or the professional companies that come here, use this as a bit of a springboard into bigger and better things.
As part of the festival, Fine Mess Theatre Group are rehearsing for 2 exciting performances of their play Grafting tonight and tomorrow. Here's lead playwright Kyle Ross.
Grafting, we first staged just an extract of it at the Streatham Space Project last year, just a 10-minute section, and at that point that was all that I had written. I have a really amazing relationship with the director of the show, Jamie Woods. Jamie's directed some of my work before, some short pieces, and he said to me, let's do another project. And he said, well, I've got a great idea that I think has got some weight, and he showed me a couple of articles about paedophile hunters, and now we have a full-length play that I just never would have been inspired to write without his sort of help. The show goes into the ins and outs of how paedophile hunters operate. But in this country, they're massive. Their operations are probably on level with actual police operations, and they also work contradictory to the police. The police aren't necessarily happy with their operations. So this play explores that. When the International Youth Arts Festival found us and supported our work, and it was a real step up, and I don't know whether we would have had the confidence to keep pushing with our theatre company without that assistance. I think at that early stage, without their support, we would have really floundered. Me and my friends suddenly realised that we had this energy and this creativity that we weren't finding an outlet for. And if you feel like that, if that's something that you feel, then you should get together with people, write some ideas down, show it to each other, maybe put it and to a larger audience, get some feedback. Who knows? It might lead to more things. And it's all about connections. It's all about trying to write for an audience, and the audience is there. Theatre is still, in this day and age, we've been talking about social media, theatre is still so popular. People want to go to the theatre and they want to see relevant stories. I'd say if you want to give it a go, you should. I'd say it's easier to not do that alone.
Clearly the festival has so much to offer and it's set to grow bigger and bigger to showcase the value of the arts industries. Back to you in the studio.
Fancy a spirited early morning queue for the world's most famous tennis showdown? At the crack of dawn, we met dedicated tennis fans from happy campers to bubbly day trippers who've kept their eyes on the ball since sunrise, vying to secure a seat at the Grand Slam courts. Over to Eleanor Moresi to find out more.
It's Wednesday and I'm in Wimbledon. I'm stood in front of a queue of more than 3,000 people and we're expecting more and more. We've spoken to fans from all over the world who have come here for the men's quarterfinal. They've come here to see Murray, they've come to see Federer, and they've been camping for days. And they're really, really excited. So here's what they said.
I've been camping since the Sunday before the start of the tournament, so it's about 10 days now.
And how many times have you been in?
So I've been in 4 times, and so I've got my wristbands from the show courts because I'm an Andy Murray fan, so I've been to all of his matches. If you want to go see Roger Federer on centre court, you just turn up a couple of days in advance and you'll get a centre court ticket. This is my 5th year. It's a really good atmosphere in the queue. So everybody knows each other because there's a whole load of people who come every year. We go into our tennis bubble, we call it, and I have no idea what's going on in the rest of the world. We don't have a big screen here, so we can't obviously see the tennis, so if anything particularly exciting going on, we have a tendency to crowd round one person's radio or listening to the tennis. As if you just look at the queue today, it's people are stretched back in the field. It's partly tradition, but it's partly also just there are so many more people who want to come. This is the biggest sporting event in the world. There's 500,000 people go through the gates of Wimbledon in the 2 weeks. you're not just walking into a stadium, you're walking into Wimbledon, and there's all the flowers and everything's beautiful and green.
What number in the queue are you today?
2,699. Our nan loves Wimbledon and I live at the moment not very far, so my sister was like, why don't we go queue in Wimbledon? She watches it all, I'm not going to lie. Every time I go in, she's watching it. So we'll probably send her constant update.
This is the funniest thing ever. This really makes me laugh. This guide to queuing, that is just hysterical. That they've printed something like that. That it even exists is hysterical. I think it's very English, but it's very well organised. It's like military precision. I'd like to see some Australians play, but they're all knocked out, unfortunately. The Australian Open's run very well, but I think this is the Mount Everest hit right here.
But not everybody was so knowledgeable about tennis.
I think we'll win. Who's we? We arrived very early, we're very tired at the minute, but hopefully some good tennis will solve that for us.
Yeah, no, we got here about 6 o'clock.
Who are you looking forward to seeing today? It doesn't know much about tennis.
I don't really know much about tennis. Federer?
Yeah.
On the ground court?
That's why we're having fun now, because it is fun to just sort of
queue.
Yeah, well, this is a different type of queue though, isn't it?
It is. It's not like
it's quite atmospheric, and
Yeah. No,
everyone's in good spirits. And
it is a bit of a laugh, actually.
Hopefully we'll see some good matches. I'm not a big fan of watching just a 3-0 win or a 2-0 win. I like watching close matches, so hopefully we'll find one of them and we'll
that's football, isn't it?
No.
I thought it was like 45 love.
There's one thing all those queuing could agree on.
I had strawberries and cream last night, actually. There's a prelude to coming here today.
We're going to have lots of strawberries as well.
You might have to have strawberries and cream, yeah.
I think that everybody's knocked it out of the park with their enthusiasm in the Wimbledon queue. Over to you in the studio.
That's all from us. For more news in South West London, go to our website, swlondoner.co.uk.
And you can follow us on Twitter on the handle below.
Thank you for watching, and good night.
Good night.